I'm gonna love you.
So I keep getting the same questions in my comment section underneath all of my videos regarding the Scream Operator bundle or even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre bundle. You know, the limited time bundles that they are yet to re-release into the game. These comments are usually along the same lines of, when is Scream returning, or do you think Leatherface will ever come back at this point? Thought I'd make this video to kind of update you all regarding these bundles. I know my subscribers, and myself included, are running out of patience waiting for these bundles to eventually come back to the store. So far we've gotten Saw, we've gotten Donnie Darko, and those are the only two Halloween themed bundles that we've actually gotten back so far. But we also did get Godzilla and Kong back in the store as well, and also Mecha Godzilla. I feel like I'm missing out a few, maybe one or two bundles that did actually come back and that have just completely skipped my mind, so correct me down below in the comment section if I missed any bundles out that have returned. Those are just the bundles that I can think of right now, but I do know that only two Halloween themed bundles have returned, that being Saw and Donnie Darko. But today we are obviously here to talk about the Scream or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre bundle. The reason why I thought that making another video like this was important, because we haven't had any old limited time bundles hit the store for a second time in almost 2 weeks now, I think. We got Saw, we got Donnie Darko, we got Godzilla, we got Kong, and we got Mecha Godzilla, all in the space of around 2 weeks. Again, maybe I'm missing a couple of bundles. Point is, we got bombarded with limited time bundles hitting the store almost every day. Every 2 or 3 days a new pack would come back and everyone was going crazy. My subscribers were going crazy, I was going crazy, and then suddenly all these bundles being added back has been brought to a sudden halt. Now, to be honest, I can't tell if they stopped adding the bundles because of the Modern Warfare 2 beta, or maybe they are holding back until spooky season is officially upon us. Obviously October starts tomorrow when this video does go live, so I suppose we can expect Ghostface or Leatherface to return at some point in October, or at the very latest on Halloween. I can't seem to get my head around, or I don't see why they would only release or re-release half the bundles. Only 2 Halloween themed limited time bundles have returned out of all 4, so for them to only re-release half of them kind of doesn't really make sense. It doesn't sit right with me whatsoever, so I think the likelihood of these packs coming back are still quite strong. Not to create false hope or anything, that's not what this channel is about, but looking at this logically, yeah, I think we can still expect them to drop during October at some point. Now, of course, if they don't come back in October, then they definitely are not coming back. They wouldn't release Halloween themed bundles after October, after Halloween. It just doesn't make sense. And not only that, after October, after Halloween, we would be around 2.5 weeks away from Warzone 2. Okay, nobody is going to buy these packs after Halloween. So they either re-release them in October or don't bother.
Cap.
Only a few people that actually intend on playing Warzone 1 after Warzone 2 comes around, will want to buy these packs in as late as November. But apparently Rebirth and Fortune's keep being removed from Warzone, then only Caldera will be playable, and that's going to drive a lot of people away from Warzone 1 over to Warzone 2, which makes complete sense from a business point of view. But then again, this is another reason why these packs aren't really worth your money. So if you didn't know already, we just got the Season 5 Reloaded update in Warzone, and if you didn't know, the Season 5 Reloaded update is the final content update for Warzone 1, at least that we know of anyway, because obviously Modern Warfare 2 is arriving on October the 28th and Warzone 2 November the 16th. So for now, this game in terms of content is done, so it's quite unlikely that we'll see a Halloween event this year inside of the current version of Warzone, unless it's just a copy and paste event of last year or just previous year's events, and they decide to just re-release already existing Halloween themed packs back into the game, such as Scream and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre bundle. That seems like the most likely scenario. I think this year's Halloween event is going to be pretty lackluster. I think it'll just be a copy and paste. If we're even lucky enough to get a Halloween event this year, I think it'll just be a copy and paste of last year. And what they'll do, instead of making new bundles this year, because obviously Warzone 1 will be from this point onwards left to inevitably die, they're not making any new content for the game, so they're not going to go out of the way to make new bundles. What I think they'll do is they'll just re-release already existing bundles in the game files and just re-release those. So that's when they'll re-release Scream or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I could be wrong, they could drop Ghostface and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre bundle sooner than Halloween, or unfortunately, there is a chance they could not come back whatsoever. But nobody knew if or when Saw was coming back, so nobody has a definite answer but the devs that work on the game, obviously. I have been waiting on the Leatherface pack since Saw returned again for the first time in 2 years. I feel like, you know, I've kind of been waiting for so long for absolutely nothing, but spooky season isn't quite upon us just yet, and so I think there is still a chance. So yeah, we will have to wait and see what happens. We are all in the same boat. If any of these bundles do come back, I'll be sure to cover it on the channel almost immediately. So if the Scream pack was to return, this is what's included in the bundle. So obviously we get the iconic Ghostface skin, and he is his own operator as well, which is awesome. We get 2 weapon blueprints, the iconic knife used in the movies as a melee weapon, charm, a watch, an operator finishing move, an emblem, a calling card, and a double XP token as well. It is a 60-minute double XP token, and you know, you don't really see them too often in bundles, so it's quite rare, quite nice to have. So there you have it, boys. Let me know what you're thinking about this down below in the comments section. Hopefully you did find today's video helpful, or at the very least entertaining. I've been Clements, you've been absolutely amazing. I'll see you guys in the next one.